Hello everyone! Today we're going to do a short training on using the watch feature on Family Search. Now to some of you, the watch feature may be old hat, but to others it may be a new feature that you haven't heard about. So we're just going to do a quick run through. The first thing you want to do is navigate to FamilySearch.org and sign in, which as you can see I've done that already. And then you want to navigate to an ancestor that you're interested in. I have recently viewed John Augustitis a few times, so he's right here under my recently viewed people. I'm going to go ahead and click on him and go to his person page. And there we are on his person page. Now I'm interested in John Augustitis. His pedigree chart, an old pedigree chart, was given to me about 40 years ago, and it had John on it and then nothing else. I had a name and a sex, but nothing else. So if you come down here with family members, we have John. No spouses listed, but I do remember from my biology class that he has children, so there must have been a spouse somewhere along the way. So I've got to find her. Then we've got 4 children listed: Joseph, Mary, Charles, and John. Now I have learned over the last few years of research that Augustitis is quite a common Lithuanian name, and Joseph, Mary, Charles, and John aren't first names that stick out. So I've had a little bit of trouble because I'm not finding any unique name or anything to have them stand out in records for me. So I'm just going to try a different tactic. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the latest changes. The reason for that is I just want to see if there's anybody that has added any information at all. I don't think so, because all of this information looks like stuff that I have added, but you never know. So I'm going to go ahead and click all. I'm going to look at all changes, and it looks like they are all of this information was put in by me. So darn, we're going to go to plan B then. I'm going to go up to Charles Augustitis, and we're going to put a watch on him. And when you put a watch on someone, that means that if someone makes a change, you will get notification of that change in the form of an email. Those emails will come once a week in those weeks that you have any changes. So the easy thing to do right here is the watch tab. Right up here, the little star. Simply to put them on a watch, you just click the button and it changes. The star blackens out, and then if you ever want to stop being notified of watches, you just click on Unwatch and you can toggle back and forth. It's just that easy. And if you forget what this does, you notice right here it says be notified of updates to this person and add to my watch list. So it even tells you what's happening. I'm going to go ahead and turn the watch back on. And the reason for that, of course, is I'm hoping, maybe it's a pipe dream, but I'm hoping somewhere down the line there's going to be some descendant of these relatives that is going to find my name on Family Search, and they are going to be so excited to collaborate with me. I can dream, can't I? Anyway, the next thing we want to do is to look at the watch list. Now, the watch list is a great tool because sometimes we may not always remember who we've put on our watch. We may have gone through and said, oh, there's a whole bunch of people, I'll just click watch, 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 watch. And then at some point you may say, okay, now who am I watching again? And you don't want to go through your whole tree to figure that out. So you just pretty much come up here to lists, click on lists, and you will see that I am watching 72 people. Pretty much I'm watching this whole side of the family, and I have everyone on a watch because they're all interconnected. So that's why I've got that many. Now I know some people think that's overkill, but desperate times call for desperate measures, so that's what I've done. You can also come over here to see changes to people I'm watching, and this actually comes up when there are changes if you've got this. So on September 15th, 2017, I added a document to Joseph Thomas Shaquitis, which is a descendant on down. Unfortunately, It wasn't anybody new. It was just plain old me. However, there's the change. If I wanted to hide the changes that I've personally made, I could click this little box right here, and then it would only show me the changes that others have made. But for now, I'll just go ahead, since it's not an exhaustive list, I'll go ahead and just leave it checked. Then you can also filter in this spot. If I had a long list, you could filter by name, date, location, those kinds of things. We're going to show that filter as I go back to people I'm watching. So back here with my list of people that I'm watching, you can look at this list and you can filter right here by names, dates, locations. Let's say I'm interested in those that were born in Russia. So I'll type in Russia, and I've got 4 that were born in Russia, Poland, or Poland, Russia. Pretty much that at that time in history was the Congress of Poland, because of the boundaries that were set at that time. Okay, so I can filter by Russia. Let's put in 1920, see if anybody, okay, I've got 2, Joseph Washkalis and Joseph Schwajowski were both born in 1920. Okay, and let's see, what else can I do? Oh, let's see how many Josephs I have on this side of the family. Okay, filtering by Joseph, if you look up here, it says I have 15. If you look down on this list, yeah, it looks like we've got a lot of Josephs there. We've got a couple of them that have Joseph in the middle name, but a whole bunch of Josephs for first name, and we've also got a Josephine down there at the bottom. So it's really helpful. You can see why I'm looking for some unique names, because obviously Joseph isn't unique to this side of the family. So that is how you use the filter. There's another way you can change your list up with this little drop down arrow right here. You can see I have mine filtered right now by first name. I kind of like that ABCD thing. It works really well with my brain. But if you want to change that, you can change it. I've got first name. You can change it to last name. So you've got your last names going. Or you can change it by birth. So then you've got, I have 3 here that I don't have anything. Then I don't have a birth for a few. But if you see, they're starting with the earliest and coming forward. That's how they're filtering by birth. You can filter by sex. So you've got all of your females listed at the top, all the males listed there at the bottom. And lastly, you can filter by ID number. And so I'm going to go ahead and try this out. I'm going to use KH. And when I use KH, just as 2 starting numbers, there's 3 names that come up. Now you'll notice there's one, Raymond John Brunsky, this says person deleted. And then another Raymond John Brunsky here. Raymond John Brunsky is my father. And there was a duplicate. And so this watch was actually on the one, I had watches on both of them, but when I merged them together, because they had all the same information, this one got deleted. And so that's what that's telling me, is this KHS7 was the one that was deleted. And this is the new number, and this is the one with all of the information. So don't panic with that. Just know that that's what's happened, because we needed just when I merged them. So we're going to go ahead and go back up here. I'll switch it back to first names, because I kind of like, whoops, I got to take that KH out or it's going to go nowhere. Okay, so I'm going to switch it back. I've got it now to first names, which I've got that ABCD thing going again, which makes me very happy. So hopefully that was a helpful training for you on how to add watches to your family search list, so you can find someone, hopefully at some point in the future, near or far future, that is working on the same names, so you can learn to collaborate. Happy hunting. Have a great day.